Paul and Dave, on the last show, there was an interesting topic that I don't think we really got to address, and the viewers were like, "Why didn't you guys need to have them back on again?" So, one topic in particular that they were stressing, and that I'm still curious about that we didn't address. You achieved something to where you're a successful lawyer, but you walked away from a lot of money from another law firm. Explain to me that transition,
or maybe the what was going through my mind when I made that decision.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure that for the rest of my career, for the rest of my life, people will question why I walked away from that.
How much was it? I think they need to know what you walked away.
No.
Was it seven figures?
It was quite a bit of money. It was quite a bit of money, but even more than that, it was a title. It was a role that people spend their entire careers pursuing. And it was a role that I had before, but I still walked away from it. And the reason why I walked away from it was quite simple, and that is because I don't think beast mode applies just in the gym. I think beast mode applies to life. And I think if you find yourself in a situation where you can't, for whatever reason, you can't perform in beast mode on a consistent basis, then you should walk away. The firm that I left is a fantastic firm. I don't have anything bad to say about them at all. It's a fantastic firm, and I will certainly do what I can to steer clients that I feel are appropriate fits to that firm, because I think that it's a good solid firm. Mm-hmm. It was kind of like in dating, it's like, it's not you, it's me. Right. It really was. It was me. It was, I did not feel like I was in a position where I could perform in that beast mode, in that mode that I needed to be. And really, if I had to put, if I had to put sort of meat on that skeleton of not being able to perform in beast mode, it would be, and I think, Bob, you and I have kind of touched upon this a little bit in some of our conversations, sort of going outside your comfort zone and setting goals, setting expectations for yourself, maybe not goals, setting expectations for yourself that go beyond what you're capable of doing.
Okay.
I was in a role where I felt like I could, I felt like I could almost dial it in, like it wouldn't be that hard. I could just show up every day and do what I needed to do and collect the accolades and collect the paycheck and all that kind of stuff. But that's not beast mode. Beast mode is pushing yourself a little bit farther and always growing and always learning. And I didn't feel like I was putting myself, regardless of anybody around me, that I was putting myself in a position where I could set those stretch goals.
That's fascinating to me. Why didn't they create a culture or structure where you could have done that?
Because it was a big firm. Because it was a big firm, and sometimes big firms, sometimes big firms are like big ships. It takes a long time to turn. And I think I've had enough experience that I recognize that, and I wasn't going to force them to change for me. That would be wrong.
But honestly, it sounds like a culture and leadership failure.
No, I disagree. Because again, for me to force them to change, to adapt to my way of thinking, it was just too large of an organization for them to do that. Okay. And it was my recognition of that fact. Doesn't change what I want, right? I can only control this, so that's what I set about to do. But again, it doesn't change the underlying fact that I wasn't putting myself in a position where I felt like I could perform in beast mode.